What is going on, obscure mic people? It's me, the Barkster. Ha! I call myself the Barkster. That is lame as shit. But it's me. I'm back. And we're going to take a look at something really obscure today. It is the Audio Technica, the 30 series AT3525. You ever heard of the 3525? Kind of a weird name. Kind of a weird mic on a yoke mount. And it's little. Like little. Let's go ahead and check this mic out on a separate video with some voiceover. All right, we open the box and we reveal a microphone and a shock/yoke mount with rubber bands. That's right, they're rubber. Really nice Audio Technica logo, really well built, 5/8 thread, metal, all metal design. It's a very, very nice yoke mount, shock mount. Then we got the microphone, very small, very sleek, stylish, but look at that. Would you look at that? Look at that. That's what she said. Look at that. That's right. I can cover the whole thing up with my hand. It's got a nice strong metal grill. Nice beautiful capsule back in there. XLR port. And then of course we've got a low cut filter and a negative 10 decibel pad on here. Now the microphone, you just slide into the shock mount. If you can see here, it's got grooves in the mic. That's where the rubber bands kind of suction to keep the mic in the shock mount. We'll get it slid in there. That's what she said. And there you go. Microphone in the shock mount. Holds it pretty well. Not 100%. You can't bump it a lot, but it does hold it pretty darn well. All right, so this microphone, it is a Electret condenser microphone. Let me see if there's anything on the box. There's not a lot of details about this thing out and about on the interwebs. It does say that this was $339 new. $339. I got it for $65 off eBay. $65. And let's see. We've got it angled towards my mouth. Let's throw some plosives into it. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Yes. Let's get right on top of the microphone. When you're right on top of the microphone, this is what it sounds like. When you're right on top of the AT3525, this is what it sounds like. Let's be quiet so you can get an idea of self-noise. I do have a small fridge in the studio. It is possible you'll hear that, but we won't know until we try. So let's be quiet for a second. The fridge seriously just kicked on. That was terrible timing because it wasn't on. I just hear the humming now. Let's go ahead and do some off-axis noise rejection. I'm going to come around to the right of the microphone there because I've got it on the boom arm. I'm not going to spin it around, and I'm going to come to the other right there. And I guess I will. You know what? I don't have a lot of tension here, but let me go ahead and just move this mic arm. That way you can get an idea of what it sounds like from the back. Now we are 180 degrees off the mic. I'm going to turn the microphone back over here to my mouth. Somehow that didn't work out perfectly well, but that's okay. So now the mic is back at the corner of my mouth, and this is what it sounds like. Not a bad little mic. I feel like it's a bit held back with no processing. Maybe that or my headphones just need turned up. I'm not getting a real clear, forward, robust sound out of the microphone. Let's go ahead and throw some processing on this mic to see what it sounds like. And I will also say it is a condenser microphone. It needs phantom power. All right, now we've got compression, de-esser, and a big bottom on the microphone, and this is what it sounds like. And again, it sounds solid. It just, maybe it's been a while since I've had the headphones on. It's been a really busy couple of weeks for me. So this is what it sounds like with processing on it. I still feel like it's just held back a little, but that could just be my ears. I went to a concert last week and my ears were kind of screwed for a few days after that. I definitely probably lost a little bit of hearing after that. That was a dumb thing not to wear earplugs, but guess what? We've got the King Bee here. This is kind of the champion of that $100 range. This microphone, I've seen it twice and I've never seen it over $100. So we're going to go ahead and assume that you can get this for $100. You can get the Worker Bee for $89. And I want to know which one of these sounds, you know, this won the budget condenser shootout. So I'm going to compare it, condense it. I'm going to condense it. I'm going to compare this to every microphone that I pay $100 or less for, down to $50 because I've got a $50 condenser shootout coming at you. Yes. Yes. Let's wire up the Worker Bee and see how it compares to the 3525 from Audio Technica. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We're going to leave processing on because that's just the way I want to do it. So I've got them both wired up. Worker Bee and the 3525. I'm talking into the 3525 right now with processing on. I'm going to make sure we got our processing on the Worker Bee, and it looks like we do. So now let's go from the 3525 and switch over to the Worker Bee so you can hear the difference in sound processed, and then I'll turn the processing off. So this is the Worker Bee, and it is processed compared to the AT3525. I feel like the Worker Bee is much more clear. Maybe not as bassy. Let's go back. Now we're back on the AT3525. And I feel like the 3525 is a little more flat, little less top heavy. But that doesn't necessarily mean it sounds better. I think it sounds just a tiny bit muffled. That's just to my ears, but everything has sounded muffled for the last week or so. Let's go back to the Worker Bee. Now we're on the Worker Bee again. This is what it sounds like. It's a lot more clear to my ears. Definitely. Maybe a tiny bit more harsh because it has that extra top end, but we'll go back one more time and then we'll do it without the processing. All right, we're back on the AT3525. I like both sounds. I think they both have some quality to them, but I think the Worker Bee just, it's a lot more clear. But again, that may not matter once I hear the final result. I don't know. You guys help me out. Let's turn processing off and see what that does between these two microphones. All right, processing is off, and I'm talking into the AT3525. Now I'm going to switch it over to the Worker Bee. Processing is off, switched over to the Worker Bee. This is what it sounds like. Still more clear, but the processing definitely livens it up a lot. So both mics, for that matter, most mics for that matter. But let me know, which one did you like more, considering you can get this under 100, this under 100. Which one would you pick? I'm still leaning towards that Worker Bee now. I'm going to turn the processing back on because I just think it sounds better processed. Sounds better processed. We'll go ahead and turn the processing back on the 3525 and switch to it. 3525, we're back on it. This is what it sounds like. I think it's a good little mic. I don't think the quality is too much different between the two as far as just a quality sound goes, but the Worker Bee definitely has some more clarity, and I don't even think it's debatable which one is the clearest. But as long as this doesn't come through a recording as muddy as I'm hearing it now, that may be a kind of a dealer's choice there. You may like one or the other. I'm interested to find out. So was it the 3525 or the Worker Bee? Let me know in the comments down below. I've been waiting to get this one on camera because I love how small it is, and I can cover it up and you can't even see it with my hands. Probably a fist almost. That's what she said. God dang, that's terrible. That's just terrible. Huh. Fist. It's okay though. Anyways, the Audio Technica AT3525 is out with a little bit of clicky clack on the keyboard for good measure as I'm going out. And I'll see you next time, hopefully a lot sooner than this mini hiatus that I kind of took. Life has just been in the way, but I'm working on it to bring you more videos and more obscure mics like this one right here. Peace out.